What's up, man? It's your boy Escates back with a quick video. And I want to celebrate the Valentine's Day spirit. And I brought my friend Alex here to do this video with me. How's it going?
Hello. How's everybody?
Yeah, we just want to get down here and talk about our top 5 Black Valentine Day films. Something that you can share with your loved one for Valentine's Day. I'm going to give my 5. She'll give her 5. And we'll see if some of these things are your favorite. So let's check it out.
Starting off on number 5 on my list is Ladies' Man, starring Tim Meadows. He plays a character called Leon, who is a radio talk show host who gives very bad love advice. Leon one day meets his love interest, starred by Miss Hillary from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But she basically becomes his love interest throughout the movie, and the movie's just about them and their ups and downs and their little quirks that they go through as they, Mr. Leon learns how to not be a ladies' man anymore.
All right, coming in at my number 5, I got it's a corny film, but it's all good. I got Love Don't Cost a Thing, starring Nick Cannon and Christina Milian. And my man Steve Harvey in it. He's not in too many movies. Come on now, you love Steve Harvey. I don't know about nowadays, but at least in back in the day we did. But the movie is about a little nerdy dude places a bet to see if he can get with a girl. Comes to find out he's flyer than what he thinks, and the girl ends up falling for him. Finds out he's a liar, and hey, they had to figure out he had to figure out if showing his true self was still laying him the girl, and by doing that he still ended up winning the ultimate prize, that young lady's heart. And I felt like it was a cool Valentine's Day movie. It's funny, and it got Nick Cannon and Steve Harvey, so yeah. That's number 5.
So number 4 on my list is Breaking All the Rules, starring Jamie Foxx, Morris Chestnut, and Gabrielle Union. Jamie Foxx plays a writer who writes a book on how to break up with your lover. He ends up trying to help his cousin, who is played by Morris Chestnut, break up with his girlfriend, who is played by Gabrielle Union. And while helping his cousin, he ends up falling in love with Gabrielle Union, actually. And basically that's what the story is about, the little love triangle between Jamie Foxx, Morris Chestnut, and Gabrielle Union. It's a great story, though. You should check it out, and it's hilarious.
All right, for my number 4 film, I have some a little more recent. You can find this right now on Netflix. It's starring a Disney kid, all grown up. But we have Malcolm and Marie, starring Zendaya and John David Washington. Little Denzel, ain't that something? But it's a cool little film, man, about John David Washington. He's a director, just made a film, and him and his girl kind of have an argument about that and how she feels and not being included in his making of the process and feeling appreciated. And I don't know, it's a cool little film. I feel like if you watch it with your lady, you might have a good conversation and might really might figure out if you guys really even want to be with each other by the end of it. So it's a lot of twists and turns in the film. It's a really cool character piece. I think a lot of people will like it. It's a really mature film, and then it highlights the little girl Zendaya's acting skills, I feel like, in a good way. So you guys check that out.
Coming in at number 3 on my list is Deliver Us from Eva, starring LL Cool J and Gabrielle Union again. But anyway, Gabrielle Union is the older sister. She's very stuck up. She doesn't have a husband. She has 3 little sisters who are all married. The 3 husbands don't like Gabrielle, so they get together and they find LL Cool J, and they basically set them up and pay him to go on a date with Gabrielle Union, and they end up falling in love. It's a really cute story, and it's like kind of like the Tame and the Shrew of Shakespeare spin, and I love it.
All right, coming in at number 3, I got A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, starring my man Martin Lawrence. And Bobby Brown makes an appearance in the film for some reason. I don't even know how he got the role, but it's a cautionary tale on why you shouldn't be playing with women's hearts. And it's something you can watch for Valentine's Day with your lady, and really make sure that this is your real life Valentine before you take it too far tonight, boys. But my man Martin Lawrence places a bet on a girl. He ends up making her fall in love with him, But this young lady turned out to be a little unstable. It's kind of like a Fatal Attraction, the black version, and it's always been a fun and funny movie, and scary to most men I ever met when we talk about it. And it's a movie y'all should watch on Valentine's Day, because, yeah, man, it'll let you know if this is the right situation to be in.
So number 2 on my list is a classic, and I feel like I really don't have to explain, but it's Love and Basketball. I mean, it's just like I said, it's a classic. It's about 2 kids who grew up next door. They both play basketball and have a deep love for basketball and also love each other. And yeah, it's just, I think every girl's fantasy to fall in love with somebody they grew up with or their next door neighbor. And it was definitely one of my favorite love stories to watch as a young girl. And yeah, I know why it's number 2.
Coming in at number 2, it's a movie that's great to watch for Valentine's Day, not for me, but for your lady. A lot of girls like this film, but we gotta love it. Love and Basketball with Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan. I know every young man had a crush on her, so that's a good reason for the fellas to watch it right there. But we got a good story about, like Alex said earlier, boy meets girl story. They grow up together, they break apart, and then they end up ultimately meeting back up again in life and, you know, playing a basketball game of their life for each other's hearts. And we all should know the outcome of that. So it's a real good movie. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. So you need to check that out on Valentine's Day too.
Coming in at number 1 is my absolute favorite, Two Can Play That Game, starring Vivica Fox and Morris Chestnut. Vivica Fox, she's the main character of the movie, obviously. She is a successful woman in her career, in her relationship, and also with her friendships. All her friends look up to her for love advice, and she has these rules that she gives them that they should follow to make sure that their relationship goes the right way. And she also uses them within her own relationship. And one night she catches her boyfriend, who is Morris Chestnut, and she catches him in a suspect situation where she thinks he might be cheating on her, and she ends up playing her rules on him. And it's just a fun little movie to watch, and I just always loved it. And I even tried to duplicate some of the rules when I was growing up in some of my relationships. But yeah, it's a great movie, and you should check it out.
Coming in at number one, I got Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson. We got Tupac. We got Regina King. We got Guy Torry in the movie. Come on now. That's a good cast right there. But you already know the story, man. Tupac goes on the trip with his homeboy. They bring a couple ladies. One of them's kind of stuck up. Miss Justice, played by Janet Jackson, and hey, the two hit it off somehow. Or they don't hit it off. It's kind of a back and forth thing until the end. It's just a little cool love story, a hood love story, man. Two people that come from two different worlds that try to understand each other, and they find different things about each other that brings them a little closer and closer throughout the trip. And you gotta watch the movie just to see my man Chicago brush his waves. You gotta check it out for that. So yeah, that's my top 5 list, and I hope y'all like this. So yeah.
So our honorable mentions, starting with Daddy's Little Girls.
Tyler Perry film. Yeah, that's a cool movie.
Love Tyler Perry.
Yeah. It's about Idris Elba, and he has 3 daughters he's trying to get custody of because they have a mother.
Gabrielle Union in it too.
Hilarious. She probably is in it.
Yeah,
I think she plays
she's
the
a love
lawyer.
interest.
Yeah. Damn,
That's
Gabby.
funny.
If you don't get another damn, you'll stop being typecast. But
Stop.
Yeah, it's a great film. Y'all should watch it. Tyler Perry made it. It's one of his better films that got a lower rating, but it's a cool movie.
Yeah, well, ultimately it's more about him and his girls, which is why, didn't make it. But coming in at number 2 is Booty Call.
Jamie Foxx. Classic Jamie Foxx.
And Vivica Fox too, because she's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, yeah, Booty Call is a hilarious movie, just based on what the movie is about, trying to get some booty, basically, and just the adventures. But it didn't make the list because it's not really, I guess, a love. They're just trying to get some ass. But still, it's a great romantic comedy, and
Vivica and Jamie found some at the end.
Nah, they got freaky. They found some freakiness at the end. That's what they found. No. And last but not least, the one that didn't make it on was Baby Boy with Tyrese. And basically, I just love that movie too. And Yvette and Tyrese, or Yvette, what was his name in the movie? I can't even remember.
Jody.
Jody.
Yeah, Jody
I'm
and
horrible.
Yvette.
I know I just lost like.
I know a lot of people see themselves in that couple, but it's so much dysfunction that it couldn't make the list. So it's just going to be an honorable mention.
Yeah, and also I think the movie too is just more about him growing up and becoming a man, and or not becoming a man either way. So
yeah, a lot of young men should watch the movie and try not to look at the love story part. Analyze this dude's life and see deeper into the film. But yeah, it's still a great film for couples to watch.
Yeah, I still feel like Yvette and Jody are, like I said, an iconic couple. People love that couple. But yeah, so those are our honorable mentions.
And you can learn how to do the frog pose from that film. So just check it out. You can see what that is, and that'll spice up your Valentine's night too. But what else? That's it.
Unless you got any ones to add on.
I don't have anything else. So that was our top